A very good morning to all of you. We discussed metonymy in a previous part of discussion. Here we shall be talking about yet another figure of speech, which is called synecdoche. So it is kind of understanding of one thing by means of another. Means in synecdoche, a part is used to designate, to mean, to refer to the whole, or the whole is used to designate a part. Now I shall give one example. I have the viceroy, love the man, and all hands at work. I have the viceroy, love the man, and all hands at work. Now you'll see here, hands stands for all people, a crew. A crew means a group of people working on the flight, ship, etc. The people, for example, the sailors, captain on the ship, all of them together are called a crew. In the aeroplane as well, you will come across a crew. A crew means a pilot, all pilots, then air hostesses, technical staff, mechanical staff, everyone is the part of a crew. So all hands at work here, hands stands for all people. So in metonymy, we understood that a part is used to mean the whole, and uh, the whole is used to mean the part. Now there is a kind of confusion between metonymy and synecdoche. These they appear to be similar. These literary devices or poetic devices appear to be similar, but we can differentiate them. We can see the differences in both these devices. So what we understood is that synecdoche is a figure of speech in which a part of something is used to signify the whole. For example, uh, in Marathi as well, we use this. For the marriage proposal, we say we ask for someone's hand. Okay, someone's hand in marriage. So here, hand stands for a person. So the hand in this case is just a part that signifies the whole person who's receiving the proposal. Whereas metonymy, as we understood previously, is a figure of speech in which one word is used to replace another, which is closely related to that word. We saw the crown and king, White House and the President of United States. But unlike synecdoche, it is not a part of the word or idea it represents. For example, we say, I've never read Milton. So Milton is not a part of book, etc. Whereas in synecdoche, it is a part of the whole. For example, hand is a part of human body, and hand stands for human body. Is that clear? So that is the difference that we need to understand. But we need to understand that both metonymy and synecdoche are related to metaphor. You know, metaphor is an implicit comparison between two unrelated things on the basis of some common quality. So both metonymy and synecdoche are related to metaphor. So when we understand metaphor, we know that we compare two things without like or as in metaphor. So this difference means we shall understand the difference between metonymy, synecdoche, and metaphor with the help of some examples. For example, life is a climb, but the view is great. This is an example of metaphor. Life is a journey, life is a climb, but the view is a great. So here, life is being compared to a climb. Of course, these two concepts are different. You know it very well. Life and climb are two different concepts. But here, they are considered interchangeable because of the quality, of difficulty of climbing. When you climb a mountain, you have to, render your efforts. You have to work hard. You have to walk to climb the mountain. So it may cause pain to you. In the same manner, life is also kind of climb. Means to live a life is not an easy task, not an easy task. Therefore, this comparison is made. We'll see an example of metonymy now. You will understand the difference between metaphor, metonymy, and synecdoche. There is a mountain of work on my desk. Now, here, mountain is used as a word to refer to the pile of work. Pile means in Marathi, we say digara. कामाचा ढिगारा पडलेला आहे. So mountain here stands for the abundance of work. So the word mountain is different than pile, but they are both associated with one another. So you understand this, that much work is replaced by a mountain, or pile is replaced by a mountain. Pile means I told you number many works. Digara, ya arthani. We shall discuss another example of synecdoche. Today I hit my job peak. So a peak is used here to indicate the highest point of the speaker's career's experience. Now peak is the part of the mountain you might be knowing. For example, Everest is the part of Himalaya. So here the part is used to refer to the whole. So this is how we understand the difference between metonymy and synecdoche. At the same time, we understand how synecdoche is used in literature. And further, we understood the difference between metaphor, metonymy, and synecdoche.